I don't shoot the nude grey man. What's he ever done to you? Oh, never mind. Hello everybody, my name's James and this is Mafia42. It's one of our sponsors for the week, we tell you up front, and I'm going to dive straight into a very brief tutorial because it's one of those games that requires a bit of onboarding, maybe less onboarding if you've played, I don't know, Among Us or Werewolf or Mafia in its card game form or something like that. So, it's one of them multiplayer games where you sit down with a bunch of other players and you have to shout at each other to try and find out who is doing the very bad murders in the middle of the night. You get assigned a role at the beginning of every game. I've just been assigned the role of a cop, as you can see here. And that means that I get a particular skill. That skill in this case is I can search players during the night to identify what role they are playing. Each game has a day and night cycle that it switches back and forth between. Night's where the bad things happen, and day is where everybody gets argumentative and tries to prove that they are not a murderer. Let's hop down here. I'm going to use my skill. I've got 3 other players alongside myself, and I can choose any one of them to expose what they are. I'm going to go with Assistant 1. Let's see what they are. Oh, straight off the bat, I've discovered that they are the Mafia. That's good to know. So any murders that happen, I know who did them. Which you might think, brilliant, that's it, game sorted, you've won. I haven't, because I need to convince everybody else that that person is the murderer, and it's not me, because I'm going to get accused of doing the bad murders. So, as you can see, we've moved into day mode. Someone's been murdered, player assistant 2 was murdered. I know it was done by 1, and the only person I have left to convince is player 3. Now, let's see what they say. I'm a doctor, I'm not part of the Mafia. I know that. Because I think there's only one Mafia person in the game, and I know it's Assistant 1. So, Assistant 3 is saying, Pocket G, who is it? I can tell them that it is Assistant 1. I shout. Now, it's up to them whether they are convinced by this or not. If we're playing a real game, this would be a human talking to me right now, and they might go, yeah, whatever, it's you. That's just what a murderer would say. However, they have revealed that they're the doctor. I can either believe that or not, but I'm going to choose to make a note of it regardless. So I hit the little red plus button next to the send button, and I get brought into this little swipey area down the bottom, and I can hit Assistant 3 and then make a note of their occupation. Here are the 28 different occupations that you can play as during the game. They get randomly assigned to you, you don't choose. So in this case, I'm going to hear Doctor, because that's who they confirm they were, and you can see it's changed the icon of Assistant 3, just so I can keep track of what is going on. That's a big part of this game, is remembering who is who. You'll see people referring to people as like, I think it's 1, I think it's 5, and that's describing the order in which they appear in the columns. And it's something you get used to playing the game. So, there's nothing else to do really, so we're going to swipe over here, reduce the time to night, to the end of the day rather, when the voting takes place. So I am going to put my vote in for Assistant 1. Assistant 3 is convinced by this. I've successfully done it. They would get lynched at the end and then murdered or whatever, and then I would win. That is the tutorial, the whole thing, right? Which is kind of brief, and you think, oh, maybe there's more to it. There is a lot more to it than that. I'm going to jump into here and switch channel, and I'm going to direct you to a fandom page. There's a link in the bottom in the description of this video. Go and have a look at that, and it gives you in-depth details about all the 28 roles, what the teams do, how they function, and all the rest of it. But we need to get involved in an actual game. So now I've joined an actual game. These are real human beings. We're waiting for enough people to populate the room and then we will get started. Everyone seems quite chirpy and cheerful. However, we're going to have to work our way through all of these folks if I am to be triumphant. And by work our way through, I of course mean murder. I've just been assigned Mafia. I'm going to be the Mafia person for this game. This can be problematic. I now have to pretend that I'm not, so I can say yo during the night and talk to my other Mafia people. So Yisk here is another Mafia person. I already know that, so I can go down here and look. Yisk is Mafia, so is Jay. We're going to go for Gwenstar. You can see that little crosshairs down there. That means that we have opted to murder Gwenstar. Now, we get to find out. RIP indeed. Everyone RIPs as a rule when the people get shot. Now, here's the fun. Someone's saying lead, someone shouting out for help, because they want the cop, for example, to turn around and do what I did during the tutorial and find out. Someone might have already found out, for example, that I am the murdery person. Someone's asking to be culted, because if you're a cult member, you can go and recruit people to roll and me and all the rest of it. This is all the chat. So I'm going to turn around and say I'm a... should I be a doctor? basically, I'm going to lie throughout the game and say I'm either a cultist or a doctor or something like that. Ashuri's reduced remaining time. We've got 1 minute and 10 seconds left. And then there's lots and lots of people going, sus, bruh. Well, this is what the game consists of a lot, and I'm sure if you've played other games like this, you'll find it very similar. Let me have a look at our group again. So we've got 11 in total. Doc on me, somebody says. I can't do anything beyond shoot and wait for the thing to tick down. Now, SV means self-vote, so it's basically saying don't kill anybody, vote for yourself. I think that's what it means anyway. See, no SVV, sus. Someone's objecting to it. No, don't self-vote, do actual murders. So now we're going to come and vote and see who people think did the killing. Let's have a look. I can jump in and vote down here. I should have voted, but I'm not going to. Soft Leal has been voted against. And now we get to choose whether we want to lynch them or not. I'm going to say yes, because I'm a cruel and heartless person, even though I know it's not me. And my objective is clearly just to whittle everybody down until there's only Mafia people waiting. To kill everybody else, that is. Let's see if they have been lynched or not. Oh, I think they got away with it. So, we can choose a player to murder now. Let's have a look. We're going to go for... let's say... I say we kill 2. Okay. I'm going to agree with them. Let's go 2. I say send. He won't reveal the role, so it may be an important one. Oh! Okay. Problem. Breaking news, the player Pocket G is a Mafia. A cop has just been able to... I think it was a reporter. Managed to find out by tapping on me that I am, in fact, the murderer. So that's the reporter's skill, is to uncover in the same way that the cop did. And I think now I'm going to get extremely quickly voted off. That is unfortunate. Nice one, reporter. That's this bodes ill. It's a secret. First 1 and 4. What do you mean? Check 11. So that's a quite quick way for me to get absolutely shot down. If I was able to kind of stick around and people hadn't discovered who I was, obviously I could play all the way through to the end. However, I'm going to assume everyone's just going to vote me out and murder me now. Check 5 is the cop or not. Let's have a look. I'm clear, dud. I'm going to reduce time because, frankly, I might as well. It's game over for me. Cast my vote. Well, I think it's Micaiah. But look at everybody just voting for me. Look at the checkers going up. I've been banged to rights, folks. There's no way around it for me. You're about to... They're going to kill a man to watch him die. And that man is me. Well... That's my last argument. These are my dying words before I get lynched. Now we wait for the hammer to fall. Disagree! I do not want to lynch myself. Everyone's agreeing. Check 4 first, check 5 or 11. People seem to be unsure. I was lynched by majority vote. R.I.P. me. So that's a very quick example of how a game can play out. Don't chat, he says. Maybe I could get resurrected. Could always be a possibility. Someone's saying, is there a psychic in the room? Now, that's another one of the roles. If you want to find out how a psychic affects people, or indeed how other roles work within the game, hit that link in the section below. If you want to play the game itself and get involved in some of this murdering business, then Mafia42 is available to download right now from iPhone, iPad, and Android stores. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.